Hey, it's Cortavius. We are on the road to Lydia. 2 factions left. Today's target, Skinwalker. If I could take down Skinwalker today, that leaves me Demon Spawn, which opens in 1 week, 3 days, and I only have 39 points, so crap. Looks like I'm probably a couple weeks out from beating Demon Spawn. I think I have the chance to do it. I have the chance to beat Skinwalker, I believe. I'm just not sure they're all ready, but today's the day. I got 56 minutes left, so it's now or never. I don't really have time to build more, so we're going to go after it. So I have Razelvarg in there at level 60. He's got nuker gear on, and he's squishy. So if we take hits, he's in trouble. I do have Samson and Bambus, right? Bambus 4-leaf. These two I was going to take to 6-star, or at least to level 50 for this. And then I'm kind of curious just to take Samson to 6, just because I've never built him on my main account. It'd be fun just to build a champ I don't use. He's not that great, but he's fun. So those two, they're not even ascended. They're not mastered. They just a level 50. So they're in there for fodder. And then Gnarlhorn's also level 42 5-star. So I got 3 5-stars just not ready for this fight. I'm really trying to see if I could 2-man it with Bolant and Razelvarg. Now, Bolant is the faction unity champ, so he's got extra abilities that come with having Skinwalkers on the team. So he does do a heals allies. He's got chance to get an extra turn. He's got a decreased defense on his A2. And with a double hit on one target and an AoE hit in general, and then he's got an AoE stun on his A3. So he's really good for the waves. He'll do some work at the boss. He can remove buffs, fills turn meters, and will ignore resistance. So with having all the allies on the team.
Hey, before we go on, click the link in the description right now and you can get the great legendary poisoner, Narma, along with 3 epics. You get Anax, Mausoleum Mage, and the best epic in the game, Uugo, as you progress. All you have to do is follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out Play and Play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch Raid, complete the tutorial. And Step 4, go to your inbox, Narma's there waiting. These 4 free champions will give you an insane head start in Raid, so click on that link before it expires.
And then he's also got a passive where he's got, for each allies that uses the multi-hit skill, which Razelvarg does, Razelvarg will do more damage because of Volant's passive. And he's got a chance to stun, he's got a chance he'll fill turn meter, and ignore defense on enemies under stun. That'll help the waves, but not the boss, because I can't stun the boss. So I think we'll get through the waves fine. I think it's going to be a matter of whether we can kill the boss before the boss kills. And I don't have a reviver. I didn't even check to see if I have one in the faction I could bring. So what I probably would do is, if this just can't work, I'd either have to put more gear on the champs that are getting killed, or just come back next time it opens up with these 3 up to level 50 mastered, at least for what I can get, and better builds than what I have here for what I planned. So let's get into it. This boss has 140 speed and 225 accuracy you need, and you need 305 resistance if you're trying to resist the boss. So I believe this is the boss that does like true fear and stuns, which I don't have block debuffs on this team. So I'm going to try and save abilities here too, because I really only have the two main champs built. So everybody else, I'm just kind of using A1s, really. Although Samson can stun, so he can bring some utility. So I could use that AoE, but I'm going to save that AoE and just try and let Razelvarg and Bolant take these guys down, but have their abilities back at the boss. And I'll do the same thing on the second wave. I got enough keys, so I probably could come back and just do this on auto at the end and just see if I could have, what would happen if I just autoed this. Can they beat it with the right gear? Or certainly I just don't see, I don't even know if we'll 3-star it without being on manual, but certainly on auto. So we'll bring the that puts increased speed on us with Razelvarg. So Razelvarg puts increased speed and increased accuracy on that ability. And then Bolant here, I can use my AoE stun. So they're all stunned, so now I can actually save some abilities. So he does the AoE decreased defense there, but I'm actually going to save that so that I can have that ability back at the boss. And we'll just let these guys do whatever it is they do until then. Well, he's not doing much. That's my damage dealer. So Samson as a damage dealer, when you don't have, when he's level 38, he doesn't 5-star level, rank 5 level 38. He ain't bringing a whole lot of damage, is he? I probably should have gotten some hits in on her, because All right, stun. Samson, look at that. Way to go, Samson. So he had utility. He's not useless, which might mean if there's ads on this boss, he can stun the ads. Although Bolin can do that too, so I really don't need that. All right, so abilities all intact. We hit the boss. We'll put up the increased speed. We'll stun those guys. Although I wonder if I should have done the decreased defense. We will go ahead and put up the shields. Let him go unkillable. Put up the leech. Put the decreased defense up. What does Samson even do? Removes all increased defense buffs from enemies. Well, they don't have one. So let's just go for the... Does he do any damage? No, he doesn't. Oh, so this boss is... it's the wrong boss. This is the boss that steals your buffs. So this is the buff that steals your buffs and then gives you its debuffs. So when you come to the fight, you should save all your abilities and not do what I just did by coming in. I came in buffed and debuffed, and then his first move, he swaps them. I just did stage 14 to beat that one, and that's a different boss. So heads up, I'm showing you what not to do. Now, I'll probably just stick with this and see if I survive because I'm not going to kill him anyway, so it's not like that unkillable is going to stop me. So I'll get the increased attack and increased speed from him. I might as well go ahead and provoke the ad. But I guess now what I just got to see is with that decreased defense on me, does that kill me? Oh, he removes the increase. So he removes the increased defense from the boss. So I got to see if that decreased defense on me is going to kill me. Hey, we stayed alive. So I might as well just stick with this. Because I can put the leech back up, which will let me heal. At least for people who do damage. So now that's not doing much healing for the rest of the crew here. But we are still alive. But yes, if you're coming to this boss, save those abilities until that boss takes that first turn. So that way you don't end up getting hit. And I got to watch. When this gets down to a 1, I want to save my abilities and not have all those debuffs on the boss this time so he doesn't come back and hit me with them. I think I can still get away with it here. And I got to watch Gnarlhorn's unkillable also when the bosses steal that, because I certainly don't want him to steal the unkillable when we think we're going to kill him. All right, boss, what you got? All right, we took that okay. All right, increased accuracy, increased crit damage. I thought that said increased crit damage. I didn't get any increased crit damage. Oh, that was just on him, I think. But I don't even see that. Oh, yeah, he's got it on him. So he's got increased crit rate, increased accuracy on everybody, and then increased crit damage on him. All right, so he's at 1 turn. I got to be careful what I do here. I think I'm just going to A1 with him. I need that unkillable to go away here, or I'm not helping myself. All right, we'll take the shields. We'll do the A3 because that does some damage. We need Razzlevarg. Increased speed. Oh, not enough. Increased defense from enemies. He's not going to do much. All right, Razzlevarg. Can Razzlevarg finish him off? Finish him off! Yes! First attempt. All right. Way to go, Razzlevarg. 1.8 million damage. So I'll show you the build. He's in my Georgia gear. So, I mean, it's the great gear, but, you know, he's in my best nuker gear. Gnarlhorn coming in with a strong 7,000 damage. Bolin, 500,000. Samson, 39,000. That's not fair to Samson. He can do damage, but he's just not built. I actually only just have him in regen just to keep him alive. He doesn't even have crit. And then Bamus just being there at 25,000. But he was bringing those shields, which probably did some help for us. All right, well, that is stage 21. I will show you the builds. I'll be back. Taking a second attempt at this full auto just to see what they do. They actually made it through the waves without a problem. Between Razzlevargs and Bolin's AoEs, they stunned both waves, they kept us rolling, and they kept us going in full auto. So I don't know how that's going to work at the boss. I still think we'll lose somebody, but running it full auto just to see what they do. I'll be back. Well, they took both the ads down, no problem. Everybody's still alive, even with the True Fear sucking some of our abilities away. Still in the fight. Got Brimstone that landed on the boss, too, so that'll do some damage. Yeah, I'll be back. So the boss did do the swap, which wasn't great for us, and now it actually put the unkillable on the boss, so we need the boss to take a turn before we can kill it. That's the downside of just going full auto when you got somebody who puts an unkillable on themselves. And now he's low, so there. Oh, look at that. The boss was able to do the health swap because we had the unkillable on the boss. So if you run it full auto, that's the risk you have, is he's going to steal. So Gnarlhorn just might not be a good champ to have in this fight if I want to run full auto, because I can't time that, and we just may go through a cycle where he keeps stealing the unkillable, and then you don't kill the boss in the 12 turns you need. So this is the HP health boss. If he gets down in low health, he will swap out and use this A3 to use the health. And then you got to kill him now in 11 turns or he's going to come back. So looks like we could still win. We'll definitely beat him in the 11 turns easy. We're doing the damage. The question is, does he take somebody else on my team? Because I don't have strong healing here before we get there. And he's about to swap out one more time, and he'll come steal that unkillable, and we'll go through the cycle again. So let's see if we can finish him. Yeah, there's the health swap. Boss steals the unkillable. We're ready to kill him. It's the second time that's happened on this run. So looks like the team's actually fine to run. Oh, there we go. Full auto. So looks like it's just timing. Eventually we'll get there. Boss just has to take a turn to get rid of that unkillable. Unless I had somebody that stole it. I don't think I had anybody stealing buffs. But otherwise, it looks like we could take the hits. So even with three 5-star champs in there, you know, with okay gear for that level, they were able to do it full auto, 331, even with them cycling back through on the unkillable. And as I said, if I just put somebody else who can just stand there instead of Gnarlhorn, he didn't do anything in this fight. I didn't need Gnarlhorn, so I would just put a different champ in there and it cut that time down. But look at that, full auto work too, so it's pretty cool. Now, that being said, I'd have to swap the gear every time I want to go run full auto, or I just put other gear on those champs so I don't have to swap gear is probably what I could do. So let me just show you what I had on these. So Razelvarg's 5-star Ascended. He's a really good champ, so he's definitely good in here. He's in Savage and Cruel. He has 6,000 attack, 238 crit damage. I mean, it's pretty decent attack for this account. I mean, obviously, that's not a lot of crit damage. He's got 260 accuracy, which is really helpful because he lands the burn, the leech on there so that we get healing. So it's certainly, and he's doing damage as well. So that skills, the accuracy on there helps. He has no relic. He is fully booked. He has Brimstone, so that's where I was getting the 5-star Brimstone. And those are his masteries coming down to Helm Smasher. He's got some accuracy on the support tree. And then Bolent is in Helm Smasher as well. And he's got the mastery that increases his cooldown if he kills people. Didn't even finish doing the other masteries on him. He's got a couple of accuracy ones. He is fully booked except to one on his A1, which is just, well, it would have been a buff debuff chance. Would be nice if the 15% chance to get an extra turn, but I didn't see it worth the book. He has no blessing. He has 1 star, though, so I guess I could have got some HP on him with the blessing. So I got to do that. No relic, and he is in perception and speed. This was just his gear that I use him every day, so I didn't put any extra gear on him. I didn't swap. This is just what he wears. So 61,000 HP is an HP-based champ, 217 speed. He is crit capped, 176 crit damage, and 361 accuracy. So he's got a lot of accuracy for this fight. As I said, you only needed 225. And then Gnarlhorn was in a regen set, perception, and he is at 37,000 HP and only 1,200 defensively. So stats, 191 speed. He has enough accuracy to land his provoke, which he did, but with all the stuns from Bolent, I really didn't need it, but it's there. And no relic. He is booked except the A1, and he had 3 masteries applied. Bolent has no masteries applied, unbooked, no blessing, no relic, and I threw a regen set on him and a blood shield ring for whatever that was worth. He actually had 50,000 HP, which is pretty decent. 1,600 defense, 219 speed, and not enough accuracy to land his abilities and no crit. And then Samson was my backup nuker, but he's in Stone Skin. I stole that off my Pythion. I realized I wasn't going to be able to do damage with him, so 53,000 HP, which actually is pretty decent, 1,500 defense, which isn't, and he had 15% crit, so he was doing no damage, and he didn't have enough accuracy to land his abilities. But I did at least see him landing some stuns on the waves, and you're still supposed to have 225 accuracy on the waves, but he did land some. No relic, no blessing, unbooked, and no master. So a couple just slap some gear on people who had been through champ training recently. So, man, it shows you what you can do with 2 strong champs in a faction and just a few others who can just hang on for survival. Because, boy, Bolent and Razelvarg are both very good champs, and you put them together in this faction, they can do some real work. Hey, Skinwalkers down. We are back to a single faction left. Oh, I get an epic book. Exciting. So we're down to Demon Spawn. I got 1 week and 3 days to get down to that. 39 keys. Can you even do it? Yeah, so did the math. It's impossible to do that on that day, but I can at least move up and have champs ready. So 2 cycles away, I should try and knock off Demon Spawn, and Lydia will join the account. So I'm pretty excited. It's been a lot of fun just taking faction after faction, and I think I've beaten like 6 or 7 factions in the last week. It is fun. It's one of the best times in this game when you come down to faction wars and you're knocking factions off left and right. I absolutely loved it on my main account. I actually went through a period of raid depression where I'm like, what do you do now? You've got Lydia. A lot more content in the game than there used to be, so I don't feel like it's that same impact that used to be. But I do think Faction Wars are one of the most fun you can have in this game. So, hey, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please come back to the channel, watch some more videos, like and subscribe, and all that stuff. And as always, have a great day.